Hi friends, I'm Tina. Welcome back to Whispering Cottage Home. I am so glad you could stop by today. There's a particular sweetness in the air this time of year, isn't there? It's that first breath of spring that makes us want to throw open the windows, let the dust motes dance in the sunlight, and bring the garden inside. Today, I'm taking you on a full tour of our cottage, all dressed up for Easter 2026. We're leaning heavily into those patterns that remind us of simpler times, crisp ginghams, faded chintz, florals, and all those treasures we've gathered through the years. Before we step inside, I have to ask, do you have a favourite Easter memory or a specific piece of decor that comes out every single year without fail? Maybe it's a ceramic bunny your mother hand-painted, or a tattered lace tablecloth. I'd love to hear about your traditions in the comments below. And if you enjoy finding beauty in the old and the cherished, please do consider subscribing to our little community here. Walking into the entryway, I wanted to set a tone of immediate comfort. I've draped a vintage yellow gingham runner over this old pine bench. It's that sun-drenched shade of butter yellow that just feels like a hug. On top, I've placed a heavy ironstone pitcher filled with fresh-cut forsythia branches. Their bright yellow bells are the first sign of life in my garden. Investing in quality home improvement doesn't always mean a full remodel. Sometimes it's about the stewardship of these beautiful old architectural details. Notice the original brass hardware on the door. I spent all Saturday polishing it with a bit of lemon and salt. It's those small interior design choices that really preserve the soul of a house. Moving into the heart of the home, our living room is a sea of florals this season. I've swapped out the heavy winter throws for lightweight cotton quilts. This particular quilt on the armchair is a grandmother's flower garden pattern from the 1940s. The hand stitching is just remarkable. It reminds me of the craftsmanship we used to see in high-end furniture before everything became so disposable. On the coffee table, which is an old cobbler's bench I rescued from an estate sale, I've set out a little Easter vignette. I have a Fenton cranberry glass hobnail bowl filled with hand-dyed eggs. We used onion skins and red cabbage to get these soft, earthy tones. Beside it sits a vintage needlepoint cushion featuring a petit point cabbage rose. It's these textures, the glass, the wool, the weathered wood, that create a sense of luxury living without the pretense. Are you planning any home makeovers this spring? Perhaps a fresh coat of paint in a buttery cream or a new herb garden on the windowsill. It's amazing how a little residential real estate upkeep can boost your mood as much as your property value. Now, let's head into my favorite spot, the kitchen. The smell of cinnamon and yeast is always lingering here. For Easter, I've brought out my collection of Martha McKean Jadeite. There's something about that seafoam green against a red and white checked gingham tea towel that feels quintessentially cottagecore. I've styled the open shelving with my Heirloom Ironstone collection, I've tucked in a few moss-covered nests and some vintage postcards of Easter bunnies from the early 1900s. If you're looking to add value to your kitchen, focusing on custom cabinetry, or even just updating your lighting fixtures to something more period appropriate can make such a difference. We recently looked into home insurance updates to make sure these collections are properly covered. It's so important to protect the things that tell our family's story. This is the centerpiece of our tour, the Easter brunch table. I've used a floor-length linen tablecloth in a soft sage green. Over it, I've layered a vintage Battenberg lace runner. The place settings are a mix of mismatched floral bone china, mostly Royal Albert and Johnson Brothers. The centerpiece isn't a professional arrangement. It's a primitive wooden tool caddy filled with mason jars. In those jars we have a riot of spring: tulips, grape hyacinths, and lily of the valley. The scent is absolutely divine. It's about creating an atmosphere where guests feel they can sit for hours. This isn't just a house, it's a sanctuary. Finally, a quick peek into the bedroom. I've kept it very airy. A white matelassé bedspread provides a clean base for a mountain of floral shams. I found these vintage pillowcases at a flea market. They have the most exquisite hand-crocheted edges. It's like sleeping in a secret garden. Thank you so much for walking through my home with me today. Decorating for Easter isn't just about the bunnies and the eggs. It's about celebrating renewal and the enduring beauty of the things we love. Do you have any Easter home decor 2026, vintage gingham and floral cottagecore, spring tour nostalgic living? Tips or ideas to share? I learned so much from your comments. If this tour brought a little bit of peace to your day, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Whispering Cottage Home. It helps our channel grow so we can keep sharing these nostalgic spaces. I'll see you in the next video, friends. Happy Easter!